Previously on Lost.
It's going to unlock their best creative potential.
Yeah.
But Game Pass. Microsoft seemed to be more interested in releasing new controllers than releasing exclusives. A bunch of mid, third-party games that get sent to the bargain bin shortly after release. There are a few standouts on Game Pass, absolutely. But people make this service to be more than what it is. Anyone remember Scalebound? Say, anyone remember Sunset Overdrive? Crazy how all these games get cancelled or ignored, but fucking Crackdown 3 goes through development hell and manages to come out. The one exclusive series that Xbox had that got royally screwed over by Microsoft is the Fable series. Backwards compatibility. Here you can go back in time when Xbox had games worth playing. There are a larger amount of games missing from both OG Xbox and 360. I'd rather show you all the old games you can play, but are radio silent when it comes to their upcoming brand new titles. But Game Pass, yeah, sure.
Oh, what was I laughing at now? Oh, yes.
Hey, yo, you dealing with the X Factor. I know you want it.
You know, I can't blame the cult of Xbox for bleeding period blood in the comments section on my last video. I mean, I would probably be ass hurt hearing someone speak facts about a company that has been the bottom bitch of gaming for almost a decade now. Even after I pointed out the games Xbox canceled and abandoned, Xbox fanboys still couldn't direct their frustration towards Microsoft. Apparently any mismanagement or shady shenanigans is everyone else's fault but Microsoft's. When I tried to ask someone to name Xbox One or Series X exclusives, they couldn't. Instead, they brought up Xbox's ecosystem, as if that means anything. Because I remember when the original Xbox and the 360 was around, we didn't have to talk about ecosystems or Game Pass. Back then, Microsoft didn't have to resort to using a subscription service to save its ass from Sony or Nintendo. But Microsoft has these sheep brainwashed into thinking the Xbox One and Series X are the best that Xbox has ever done. But if you've been gaming before the Xbox One, you would know that this last number of years of Xbox has been pathetic. You clowns can keep bringing up Game Pass as if you really give a damn about most of the games on there. Fact is, you just use it as an attempt to flex with low to mid-level games. While you stay playing Halo, Gears, and Forza, keep pretending you care about all those games on Game Pass, and go on about wanting Square Enix to put more Final Fantasy titles on Xbox, when you are not about that life. You don't care about Japanese games like that, and if you did, then more Japanese developers would have more incentive to put their games on Xbox. Keep calling me a Sony fanboy and how I don't care about Xbox games. But if you need proof, here you go. I'm sure you bozos will ignore all that. Even the goofs asking me about sources, pretending to be some analyst, yet they can't answer simple questions when asked. They rather look up how many people subscribe to Game Pass and how many awards Daddy Phil won. But the number experts can't pull up are the number of exclusives Xbox has or the number of sales they are behind by. I even gave praise to Scalebound, Sunset Overdrive, and the Fable series, but of course that went over the heads of the cult members. But guess what? You can call me whatever you want. It won't change the fact that most of you have buyer's remorse, and you try to latch on to whatever you can to hide that fact. The hilarious part about all of this is how Xbox fanboys keep saying, it takes time to make these games. They need about 6 years to make those games. Those studios were already making games before the acquisitions. Y'all are so impatient. Oh yeah, because all of these upcoming Xbox games needs years of time to make. It will surely be worth the wait. Look at Redfall. You guys really want to hype up that game? Did you all forget what happened when you hyped up Crackdown 3? Then there's Avowed, a game that we've only seen one CGI trailer for. Is that coming out this year? And now suddenly Obsidian is this top tier developer? Yeah, right. Just like that banger exclusive Grounded, one of Obsidian's finest. What about Hellblade 2? What's going on with that? I guess that lame attempt of an action game with a fake deep story needs several more years before it drops.
But I heard this woman is so ugly, if you saw her in the daytime, you would hope it turned to night.
Funny how you fanboys talk about PlayStation's movie games, but are out here hyping up Hellblade 2, the very thing you claim to dislike. I guess since it's Microsoft doing it, then it's fine. And we saw how Ninja Theory's last game did. Remember Bleeding Edge? I wouldn't blame you if you did. If any of these games were on any other platform, you people would not give two fucks about them. You guys better pray to God Starfield releases this year, and hope it's not yet another buggy mess. With all the time and Microsoft money Bethesda got, Starfield better be truly amazing. Especially since one of you fools left a comment saying everyone is hyped for Starfield. All of you Xbox apologists loves deflecting anyone's valid criticisms of Xbox. I know it may be hard to believe, but those wanting Xbox to do better are not fanboys of other companies. Did it ever dawn on any of you that maybe those criticizing Xbox are fans or were fans? Furthermore, consider addressing criticism from others instead of saying dumb shit like, but what about Sony and Nintendo? How about you guys stay on topic? Because we're not talking about Sony or Nintendo. We're talking about Xbox and its obvious decline. But don't worry, I'll dig into Sony and Nintendo, but I'll do it when I'm good and ready. And trust me, I have a lot to say about Sony. Keep accepting anything Xbox shows or tells you. We know they are good at showing games and disappearing shortly after. Keep busting a nut for CGI trailers and bargain bin hogwash. While you're at it, stay counting the number of Game Pass titles you'll never play or finish. But we'll be quick to hop on social media to brag about whenever you have no real argument when faced with the reality that Xbox needs to do better. And if you desperately want to talk about Sony and Nintendo, let's talk about how they both are kicking Xbox's ass, while you fanboys play Xbox's most valuable game, the waiting game.
And as I sip my soda that I'm sure somebody spit in, I just would like to say to all of you, kiss my ass, you rotten motherfuckers.
I make a grown man cry. I make a grown man cry. Grown man cry. The birds make a grown man cry.